for another video. Hey, so I'm back to making content for fun because I finally have upgraded my computer and can use my editing software again. And the fun thing is that's a reflection of my Christmas tree. It's actually over there. Crazy. And yes, it is pink. I am in a mad rush to try and read 10 more books before the end of 2025. And in my Delulu brain, I'm going to do it. I don't actually think I can, but I'm going to do it. I have a plan. I've got many Christmas novellas lined up. I've also got a massive compendium of the saga, like graphic novels, which I think I only read a couple of those, and it's like the heaviest thing ever. I got some book mail, so I was like, time to start a vlog. It's too tall. I'm short. I bought something off Etsy. For a while, and it was on a special, and I did a lot of browsing. I'm hoping this is going to be good. So let's see. I love shopping off Etsy because I'm like, this is like custom and someone made it cute. Oh, it's like in a whole bag. Do you know what? This isn't the Etsy thing. This is something else, also bookish related, because it's me. I went and became a Dimmix member even though I don't shop there that often because it's expensive. They got me a tote that says, I'm a book lover. And it's got like the Dimmix thing on there. So yeah, I definitely do not need another tote bag. I also don't appreciate that there wasn't an option to not get the tote bag. I had to pay for shipping for a pretty mid tote bag. Like, it's quality, I don't need it. And I've said tote bag too many times. I just wanted to highlight how wondrous my Christmas tree is this year. Ain't she pretty? But the best thing is, I have wicked baubles. So Glinda's just hanging out over here with a bubble. And then we've got Elfie over here. And I like to think this is like a swirl of Elakanaman magic. And we are kind of like reaching for her, a la like the Zeus painting. I might get that wrong, but the this painting that they're doing on every poster. But so for context, what my reading has looked like up until now, I finished this yesterday. This is Empire of the Dawn. I'd been reading this for over a month because look how big it is, but also I was scared because J. Kristoff doesn't hold punches. He will kill people, and I was scared. But I locked in. I took an extra long lunch break. I was reading this while walking down the street. That's how like much I needed to read this. And I think this was well done. I don't think it quite hit a 5-star for me. Like, it wasn't everything I wanted it to be, but there was still some great twists, so many good scenes, some new characters that were actually interesting. And yeah, like the twists, especially at the end, I've heard that there might be mixed feelings, so I can't really say too much, but I think it works for what this was. And overall, well done, J. Kristoff. I'm really excited to see what he writes next. What did make me a bit sad, though, was that they changed artists for this one. So it just felt like it had a different vibe from the outset. So, like, this is just, like, a picture of the crew. And it's just not the same. Original artists, you have my heart. Like, this is still nice, but like, it's too photo realistic, and the other one was a lot more just vibes. I'm going to put some of the old art up here for you to see. I'm also currently reading Throne of Serpents by Frost K, which is book 3 in the Court of Dragons. Well, no, sorry, the Dragon Isles series. I read the first one, I think it was last year at this point. And I was like, that was YA fun. Hell yeah. And I bought the whole series. Second book was okay, so I just didn't rush. And now it's been too long, but I'm just pushing through anyway. So this still has like glimmers of like fun, but it's kind of balancing a line between YA and adult with the politics and also kind of the explicit content where it's giving you some but not enough. So I kind of wish things were just delved into a bit more. Or sometimes when you read and you're like, is my brain dumb or did they not say the thing? So yeah, there's just been a few times where I'm like, oh, well, I've agreed to this. And I'm like, you didn't though. I do think it is incredibly cringe that there's just periodic like full page photos in this ebook, and it just feels really lame, and they're not even the same vibe. So like literally it's like, I'm going to the gardens, and there's a picture of a garden. Or it's like they kissed and there's a picture of like two people kissing. And I'm like, that it's not art, that it's just kind of like a photo, and they're just kind of sporadic. Like they're not adding to the story. Like it's making it worse. Some Christmas novellas I really want to get to. I have to read He Sees You When You're Sleeping. This is the book club book for the Canberra Romance and Fantasy Book Club my best friend Bethany runs, and it's also in conjunction with her bookshop Astoria, which only opened up pretty recently, but it's really cool. If you are a Canberra person, you have to go. I'm going to put links down. And if you're ever visiting Canberra, you have to go. And just a quick plug, it is mainly romantasy. There's some special editions, and the more you buy, the more she can get, and the more we can build this community. So just do the roar. Do the roar. So I have to read that. I'm not excited about this because it is a stalker romance, which is like never my vibe. I only like darkness in like specific ways. Like I don't like it when it's toxic. Like I'll kill people for you, but it's like I'll hurt you and I love you. Not for me. But I'm gonna give it a go and see, and hopefully have something useful to say at book club. I've got Good Spirits by B.K. Borison, because look at this cover and look at the edges. It's so beautiful. And this is kind of like Christmas ghosty, cute, cozy vibes. And they're gonna fall in love. I'm a little bit cautious on reading this because I just recently read Love Light Farms and I thought it was mid. Like it was okay. But look, she's written lots of books since this one, and like even if it's just okay, I'll read it. Like it's still better than bad. We've got the new Hannah Grace one, which is, what is it called? Anyway, this one, the Hannah Grace one, it's on KU, so that's what I will be reading it. Is it Holiday Ever After? Yeah, I think it's Holiday Ever After. But anyway, that one. Where are you? And I'm so sorry. No, where are you? A Court of Sugar and Spice, which is on KU as well. It is like sugar plum fairy, like just spicy, silly time. And I just remember having lots of fun with this one. I am still on Throne of Serpents. I really wanted to finish this last night, but then I ended up like watching TV and gaming for a little bit, and then I fell asleep reading this. But I've got about an hour left, so I'm feeling really confident about it. And just in case I didn't have any books or any reading plans, my request came in at the library because I can't be stopped. I have Skip Shock by Carolyn O'Donoghue. This is like a time travel, I think it's like a YA romantasy. The Compound, which I believe this was one of the Goodreads nominees, and this is kind of like a thriller satire on reality TV where people are just kind of like it's Lord of the Flies meets Love Island. So let's go. Ladies Night, which like look at this cover, it's so good. And is this Megan Spooner? Oh yeah, Amy Coffin and Megan Spooner, and I have read some of their books separately and together, so this sounds fun. It's just like medieval knights, lesbians, fun times, and I think it's YA, so hopefully it's just fun. So don't know if I'm going to get to these anytime soon, even before they're due. I'll talk to you when I finish Throne of Serpents. It's still feeling kind of mid. It has sparks of good, but just it's mid. Throne of Serpents is done, thank goodness. I was very sleepy, I think just from my day, but also it just wasn't hitting. I appreciate it kind of not the usual expected wrap up, but this book just did not spend enough time developing things. So even though like interesting things happened, like there wasn't enough of how it affected the characters and the world and having that flow. And then even some of the side characters ended up being like more important or playing bigger roles at the end, but I just was not connected. And I was like, I guess. Or even like as a character who's like an addict, and just shoehorned in the end, she's like, yeah, I know a doctor who specializes in addiction. So, I'm going to start He Sees You When You're Sleeping tonight because that is the book club book for next Wednesday. So I've got less than a week. But with my reading schedule, it's going to happen. Watch me go. Also, Fable just unleashed their reading route. But I was like, hold on. I'm not done yet. So I'll be like regenerating it when it's actually the end of the year. Because I'm going to be reading to the bitter end. Okay, it is 11:30 on the 14th. And I've done it. I finished He Sees You When You're Sleeping. Even with procrastinating and gaming and spending time socializing, I was still able to finish this book. I didn't actually hate it as much as I thought I would. So that was like a really pleasant surprise. It's still just like messy and toxic. It was resolved way too quickly. But I actually had a lot more fun with this. So I was tossing up between a 2 and a 3, but this is a 2 for me. I'm tired. So I'm probably just going to crash. But my plan will be to try and make some more progress on The Golden Enclaves by Naomi Novik, which I don't think I've told you I'm reading yet, but yep, I've had that from the library for a little bit. I'm about 100 pages in. It's the last book in this series, and it's just such a refreshing, unique series. So, like, I'm really excited to see where it goes, but also a little bit nervous because I hope it's satisfying. Another book down. I can do this. I'm about to start Holiday Ever After. I'm really hoping I think this is cute. I really enjoyed Icebreaker, and then it just progressively got worse in that series. The second one I still kept, but Daydream's on unhauled. That is a long gone. 2 a.m. and I just finished this. I've been reading this for like 5 hours tonight because this writing style is just so addictive. She set up so many great things that came to fruition. She left me wanting more, but it was still wrapped up. I need to go to sleep, but like, fuck yeah. I really want to start Will of the Many tomorrow because I need to reread it to be fresh for Strength of the Few. So, alright, it is daylight on the 20th. So I'm going to start my reread of Will of the Many. And in my Delulu brain, if I knuckle down, I can finish this and Strength of the Fear and some short books and hit my goal. But we'll see. But I'm really excited regardless. So I am still reading Holiday Ever After. I very much slowed down reading this because Golden Enclaves just sucked me right in. So I'm only 28% through, but it's like 380 pages, so it's not that long. It's fine, but because I've been in like epic land, I'm not having as much fun. Speaking of epicness, I did not read nearly as much of Will of the Many as I wanted to yesterday because I just have lots of interests. So I ended up playing a lot of games, ended up watching a lot of TV, ended up having a nap because YOLO. Very much enjoying this already. I can't wait to actually get at the academy when things like really get going. But yeah, there's nothing kind of crazy that I'm like, oh, I've noticed this time. So I'm sure that's probably coming. But I'm interested to see if I pick the twist even earlier this time. Because I know that was like a big twist at the end. There was a clue that I picked up on the first one when I was like, hang on, something's fishy. So I want to see if I can spot the fish again. Or see if there's an even earlier fish. I have book mail. So this came probably yesterday. I think this is something I got off Etsy actually this time. So let's chuck her open and see. There's so much tape on this. Can I just rip it? It is! Here we go! It's my little like book chart thing of like how many books I've read this year. And I love that this one looks like an old school like movie ticket. So I've got this. I've got all, like so many little number boards so that I can like live track if I hit my goal for this year. And also have my name on it. That's just me. There's more things to show. Oh, I got another one. I must have forgot. I went to book club the other night to talk about He Sees You When You're Sleeping, which I was reading earlier. It was really comforting and validating that a lot of people didn't love it. So that was good. Like, it was easy to read. The characters were shit. The plot was shit. The resolution was shit. But anyway, it was at Astoria. Pick the bag. And even though I have so many books, I can't help myself. And I'm supporting my friend. So win-win. So let me show you what I got. So first I have Smoke and Scar. This keeps coming up for a recommendation, and I think this kind of indie cover is going to be out of print soon. So I was like, it's tall. It is that kind of hefty paper, but the font's actually quite big. So I'm happy with that. But from what I can tell, everyone keeps like the selling point for this is that it's an older female protagonist who isn't like 17. She's the immortal being in this one. And there's like magic and politics. And an unwinnable challenge. Give me a competition and I'm sat. Next, I have Diabound. I've just been like holding off because I was like, oh, I'll read it on KU. And then it got taken off KU. And then I was like, oh, like, you know, you don't need to start it just because it's popular. But now I'm actually planning to do a buddy read in 2026 with my bestie Bethany, as well as with Shay and Ali from book club. We haven't set any dates yet, but I'm keen because I know the second one's coming out. I haven't really read many Wolfie books. Like in my brain, I just go Twilight. Or like those kind of old school paranormal from like 10 plus years ago. Paladin's Grace. And look how cozy and beautiful this cover is. So this is just like a cozy fantasy romance series. And I was like, again, I don't need it, but I want it. So I got it. And here we are. It's a darkly whimsical, cozy fantasy featuring sock knitting paladins, badass perfumers, courtroom hijinks, and heart-racing romance. I haven't read TK. Oh my god, why am I trying to say TK? Those are my initials. I haven't read T Kingfisher before. I think they do like a bit of dark stuff as well. So I'm interested to see what I think of this and if that makes me want to read their other stuff. Broken Bonds by J. Bree. This has been on my radar for years at this point. And I've held off because I'm like, no, I don't want to buy it for $1 million off Amazon. And I've even bought the ebooks for all of these when I transitioned to buying Kobo ebooks, but then I just couldn't resist. I'm really keen. So I know this is like reverse harem fantasy romance. I think it's a bit dark, but like hopeful it's not going to be like just toxic, abusive, gross. I got some serious reading to do. I desperately want to go play some more games, but I also know I want to hit these goals. I actually have to have discipline, which I hate, but I'm going to try and earn my gaming time. I recently started playing Date Everything, which I know is like really popular, and I get it. It's so fun. So I played for an hour last night, so didn't really get too deep in, but I was just laughing out loud. It was hilarious. I love the punny names, the kind of art style of these like personified objects, and I'm just keen to see like where the story goes and what options there are. I tend to play it pretty safe in games, like I don't want to cause too much chaos, but I might give myself a bit of leeway to be nice to some characters, but then just be chaotic with others. Particularly the piano. I was expecting like a guy and for him to be like wearing a piano tie or something like that. But Keys, I think her name is, whatever, she was just like really arrogant and annoying. So I might make her my enemy. Will of the Many. So I figured if I can average about 100 pages a day, I should be able to finish both Strength of the Few and The Will of the Many before the new year. That also means I don't know if I'm going to get to all these novellas, but my last ditch is going to be to read some saga graphic novels. But if I can at least finish Holiday Ever After and Good Spirits, that's really good for me. And also I'm just kind of eyeballing other like shorter books. Like I've got like When the Coffee Gets Cold, or like I've got some short story collections I've been sitting on for ages, like the Unwind short stories from Neil Shusterman, which like his Gleanings short stories blew my freaking mind. So I really want to delve into these, and it's just like he writes such interesting concepts. Like I can't sing his praises highly enough for Scythe and Unwind. Those series are top notch, if I do say so myself. And there she is, ladies and gentlemen. I've read 73 books this year. It's holding. I had to move some books, but it fits. 73, we got this. And here's a big overview of my shelves. See, these brown shelves are mine. And I was struggling to put my new purchases in a spot because it is looking a bit grim on there, but We got it. All the book mail is coming during this vlog. So my Bookishan Spice box is here. I can't remember what this book is. But also I don't look into them too deeply because I just want to be surprised. But so I have the fantasy romance subscription. I have cancelled it just for like money reasons, but potentially might read it, might get it again in the future. And I'm hemorrhaging space in my bookshelf. So let's crack this open. It's got a pull tab. Tear me open. Let's try the other end. That's better. Thank you very much. All right. Ooh, there's a pin right on the top. I feel like that's there by accident. The Anatomy of Songs. That's the book. That's the pin. I don't know what to do with all these pins because I don't really want to like wear them if I don't even know if I like the book yet, but I like the idea of like displaying them in some way. Oh, that's a nice one. This is the book plate that has her signature, but it's like shiny and it's like on like cardstock. I don't actually know if this is a sticker. With a little card here that has the title and just the blurb. Okay, it's a city ruled by gods, and she's the first to hear them. Do they sing? Do we sing song? When the sun sets, however, she becomes the city's most notorious assassin. Wow, I've never read an assassin in a fantasy story before. Look, it can be done well. It's a bit oversaturated. This is the bookmark that comes with it, the people. And then this is the side that has a quote. I hate not having him. I hate someone else having him even more. Is that love? Okay, here's the big kahuna. They do a lot of gold. So I'm interested to see what it says on the back. May silver take you, keep you, and remake you in the Carmine Haven. Carmine's like red. I might be making it up. So there's the edge. We've got like our like city in black and gold. Kind of like a flower with shedding leaves. Same on both short ends. Let's have a look at the end pages. Some more art as per usual. Oh, she looked angry. She got stabbing. Oh no. In her potion alchemy healing shop. And then on the other end, we have the same art as the bookmark. Look how pretty. All right, let's have a look at her naked, and then we'll look at the reverse side of the dust jacket. All right, so naked is pretty much the same, but still very pretty. Let's have a look at the reverse. Oh, I like the reverse. All right, so on the front, we have her being all like, ugh, and this dark handsome. And then we got some more people over here. So Prince Assassin, I'm guessing like, that's her bestie, that's his bestie. And we put it on this way though. Oh, it doesn't want to bend, but you must. It's doing a Selena Sardothian. It's doing a you do not yield. And I'm like, you yield to me. Well, it's only dodgy, but I will fix that. This is cool. I have no idea when I'm going to get to this, but I'm happy to have it, but not happy to try and find a spot on my shelf. I've only made a little bit more progress on my current reads. Hopefully get some more tonight, but also it's already like 8 p.m. I haven't had dinner. I want to watch something while I eat. I want to play a bit more of Date Everything. I played it again last night. I have some really funny characters that I got in the DLC where there is like Mikey transaction and he's like a microtransaction. Hello, it is the 26th. It is Boxing Day. I still have not finished a book. We'll see how it's going. It's looking more and more likely that I'm just going to be reading a whole bunch of saga graphic novel volumes to hit my goal. But I'm having a good time reading. I kind of am a bit sad that I didn't get to finish Holiday Ever After like before or on Christmas. But, you know, I've been spending some time with family. I've got other hobbies as well. Okay, it is the 29th and I'm on the home stretch of finishing Will of the Many. And I'm so glad I reread it because there's so much of it that I would not have remembered at all, as well as like the satisfying scenes. And for some reasons I've stopped to talk to you and I've got like 20 pages left because I'm noticing that everyone's eyes are black. And I'm like, I know this means something, and I went back and that's like the third time someone's eyes have been black. And I'm just ready to be like, oh, because so much of this I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't really know, but I'm going to find out. Okay, good. Last couple of pages. Let's see. Rude. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I've finally finished my reread of Will of the Many. Thank you. I stayed up and was like nodding off hardcore trying to finish this last night. But I did. And I need to like reread some bits because whatever it was that I noticed the first time made me go, I didn't notice that time because I'm pretty sure I was too tired. But so that brings me to 74 books, still 6 off my goal. I just haven't really been in a reading mood, which is unfortunate, but also I want to make sure I'm enjoying when I'm reading. I don't want to be pushing myself too hard. That being said, I think I'm still going to start Strength of the Few today. This has been on my shelf, and picking it up, I was like, she big. She a big one. So yeah, hopefully this will be one of my first reads of 2026. Game plan is that I will finish Holiday Ever After before the end of the year, which will bring me to 75. And then that means I just have to read 5 volumes of Saga, and then I am home free. Also, now that I've kind of come to a bit of like a hard stop for myself, it means I can also film my top 10 of the year, which I had a rough list. I think ranking them exactly is going to be really hard because I read some really good stuff this year. I did make like a 25 books for 2025 that I failed at miserably because I was just doing a lot of things this year. I was trying to read for the Babe book convention that I went to. I was traveling a lot. I'm a big mood reader, so even though these are books I wanted to read and I still want to read them, making lists doesn't always work great for me. I've got some plans, so I want to do a spinning wheel to help me choose which series to continue with and which one to start, because I find I enjoy series a lot more if I have momentum with them. If I leave it too long, I find it harder to get back into it, or I have to reread, and it's just a whole thing. I remember parts of this, and it's funny, like having read more since reading this, that one of the reveals, I was like, yeah, of course, that always happens. When something is mentioned over and over and you think you know what happens, it's because they're going to turn the tables on you. And turn the tables, he did. And very much, again, reading this, it's similar to Red Rising vibes in that it's kind of like military school, but very different. Like, this is Red Rising if I enjoyed it. I said it. There's more female characters. The plot makes more sense. It doesn't just devolve into like Lord of the Flies. But you know, maybe it's just this writing style suits me better. Okay. Banger of a first sentence, Mr. James Islington. Fear, my father once told me, is simply our realization of a lack of control. And that is why when we are afraid, sometimes the only way we can cope, the only way to dull the edge of that lack, is to put our faith in those who appear not to suffer it. Oofed. Also, I had another reread. I still don't know what I apparently read the first time round, but we're just going to keep going. Maybe it'll come to me. We'll see. Another book down. I just finished Holiday Ever After, and it was fine. I gave it 3 stars. Like, it was cute. It wasn't that deep. That's kind of like what you want out of a Christmas romance, but just kind of wasn't what I was in the mood to read. But it was fun. It was cute. The ending was a little bit lackluster, but it is also nice that like it doesn't always have to end in a wedding or a baby. I still have to read a couple more, but I do have my audiobook. It's got an hour left, which I think I've neglected to mention because I'm just not a big audiobook reader, and I've been like reading this for a very long time. So I am going to finish The Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping. I believe that's the full title, which is cute, but I am definitely not processing all of it because it is an audiobook and I just struggle a little bit, and I've just been dragging it out for too long. Okay, I hit 76 books and I think I'm done, you guys. It would have been really cool if I could have hit 80, But I just don't have the time or the energy right now because I'm going to be going to my New Year's Eve party pretty soon and I don't want to be reading up to the last second. I'm going to go play Infinity Nikki because that's what's going to fill my cup. And I'm going to set myself like a really lower goal for next year. I think I'm going to do like 52, so that will kind of equal out to about 1 a week. Because I am definitely making reading more stressful and fun by like making myself have lists and goals. So I'm going to try and calm down on that. Let's see how that goes. But overall, because I just filmed my top 10 books. I actually have read some really good stuff this year. And I've also read a lot of not so good stuff. So I really want to focus on just reading what I'm in the mood for and what I'm going to enjoy and just DNFing. Because hang on. Look at those shelves. It's very fun to look at all these books. But also like it's double stacked and Tetris to the nth degree. Picking a book isn't even like, oh, what do I read? It's like, oh my god, what do I read? Ah! Yeah, here's to having a more relaxed and fun 2026 of reading. I hope you're reading whatever genre, whatever format, as long as it makes you happy. And I'll see you next year. Bye.